Picture a classic healthy breakfast. Chances are, right next to the eggs or oatmeal, there's a bright, fresh glass of fruit juice. For decades, we've been told that starting our day with a glass of juice is a cornerstone of a healthy diet, and the data on eating whole fruit entirely supports that idea. Long-term studies show that when people eat more whole fruit over a 3-year period, they tend to maintain a steady weight, or even lose a little, while lowering their risk for chronic diseases. But researchers noticed something strange when they isolated fruit juice. Drinking 1 glass of 100% fruit juice daily is linked to the opposite result: long-term weight gain and a higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Which brings up a confusing question. If the juice is extracted directly from a healthy piece of fruit, why does it trigger such a different reaction inside the human body? The answer comes down to packaging. In nature, the sweetness inside an apple or an orange exists in a form called intrinsic sugars. That simply means the sugar is securely locked inside sturdy plant cells. Think of fruit as an engineered delivery system. Sugar and vitamins are wrapped tight inside a protective shield of dietary fiber. When juiced, the machine shatters this package. It strips away the fiber shield, trashing it, leaving only unprotected liquid. This diagram details the different types of dietary fiber found in plants. The pulp we throw away is actually a highly complex structure made of soluble and insoluble fibers. Think of them as the natural sponges and brooms of our digestive system, designed to regulate exactly how we absorb our food. Removing those fibers changes the physiological instructions that the meal gives to our organs. Once those natural sugars are forcibly separated from their protective fiber walls, they become what scientists call free sugars. They are loose, fast-acting, and ready to be absorbed immediately. To see how this affects us, let's track 2 different snacks making their way through the human digestive system: a whole apple on the left and a glass of apple juice on the right. On the left, the whole apple encounters the stomach. Because the physical fiber is still intact, the stomach has to work hard to break it down. This acts like a time-release capsule, letting the intrinsic sugars drip into the bloodstream at a slow, steady pace. On the right side, without any fiber to slow things down, the juice flushes right through the stomach. All of those free sugars hit the bloodstream at the exact same time in a massive wave. That sudden wave triggers a stressful physical reaction. Your blood sugar spikes rapidly, which forces your body to release a rush of insulin to bring it back down. And because your stomach emptied so quickly, you end up feeling hungry again almost immediately. Because it lacks that essential fiber and hits the system so fast, your bloodstream treats a glass of 100% fruit juice almost exactly the same way it treats a can of soda. You might be wondering about those expensive, cold-pressed juices at boutique wellness shops. The popular claim is that because they are gently squeezed instead of being chopped at high speeds, they bypass these negative health impacts and keep all the healthy benefits intact. This chart compares the nutritional output of standard high-speed juicers on the left and slow, cold-pressed machines on the right. When we look at the data, the antioxidant levels are nearly identical. Most importantly, both methods leave the dietary fiber sitting at absolute zero. For the juices we buy at the grocery store, there is an added step called pasteurization. To make sure the juice is safe to sit on a shelf for weeks, factories use a process of superheating and rapidly cooling the liquid to kill off any bacteria. The temperatures required to kill bacteria also destroy heat-sensitive nutrients. This thermal process evaporates a large portion of the vitamin C before the bottle is even sealed. Time takes a toll too. Even sitting quietly in the refrigerator, the remaining vitamin C continues to fade day by day, especially if it's packed in a plastic container that lets tiny amounts of oxygen seep in. So, whether you buy a premium cold-pressed bottle or a standard supermarket carton, the mechanical squeezing and the heat treatments have stripped away the fruit's most valuable nutritional defenses. Fruit juice is certainly not a toxic substance, but medical experts suggest we need to recategorize it in our minds. Instead of treating it as a daily health necessity, we should view it as a sweet treat for a quick burst of energy. The most effective behavioral shift is simple. Choose to eat your fruit instead of drinking it. Chewing an actual orange or apple guarantees you get the vital nutrients wrapped in their necessary fiber packaging. If you do choose to drink juice, sticking to a small serving size manages the physical impact. Dietary guidelines recommend capping your intake at a maximum of 8 ounces, which is just 1 small glass, per day for adults and older children. It also pays to read the labels carefully. Make sure you are choosing 100% fruit juice. Many products labeled as fruit drinks are essentially just flavored water with added processed sugar. Finally, to protect whatever vitamin C is left in your juice, pay attention to how you store it. Keep it in a solid glass container to block out oxygen, and keep it cold in the refrigerator, ideally right around 4 degrees Celsius. Human digestion evolved over millennia to process whole, intact foods. By choosing nature's original packaging over processed liquids, we work in harmony with our biology rather than fighting against it.